Okay, testing the mic. 1, 2, 3. I hope my voice is loud and clear. I hope. I have kind of a new setup here. You can't see it, but there's actually a mic here. Give me a 1 if you can hear me loud and clear. Let me see if I can play something on my end. And I mean, yeah, I should check my mic and see whether it's working, because it's pretty much a new setup here. Okay, I can hear myself speaking on my live stream. So Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, brothers and sisters in Islam. Welcome to yet another live edition of the Muslim Apologist, and I'm your host, MENJ. And Alhamdulillah, we are in the 3rd day of Ramadan. Well, actually, I'm in the 4th day, but I think in other parts of the world, especially in the West, in the UK and in the US especially, I think you guys are in your 3rd day of Ramadan. So we have just here in Malaysia, in this side of the part, in this part of the world, we have already completed our 3rd day of Ramadan. So we are moving on to the 4th day of Ramadan. Okay. So yes. So tomorrow for us it will be the 4th day of the fast. All right. So yeah. So I think so far everything has been good for me so far. So what about you? Do let me know. And brother Sheikh Shafi is here. Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome, brother, to the show. Well, I haven't seen you in quite a while, right? Okay, sorry, I will be taking some swigs of my favorite cola drink, because my throat is a bit parched, even though the fast has ended for me several hours ago. But since I'm going to be speaking in front of the mic, therefore it will take up some of my voice, right? Vocal cords, so to speak. So please excuse me if I drink, something from time to time, and I do apologize in advance if you are fasting, because, well, it's not my intention to stop your fast, obviously. And yes, so what's new today, boys and girls? Let me see. If I think there are 4 viewers right now watching this live stream, and there are and the stream has been running for about 5 minutes. So anyways, before I continue, as usual, I will be playing my intro. So cue in intro. So we're back again. Thank you for coming onto my live stream. I know that I did not announce this in advance, because honestly, I wasn't sure if I wanted to do a live stream, since it's Ramadan, and it's only been the 3rd day for me, and moving on to the 4th. And for some others, people are, some Muslims are actually going through the fast right now on the 3rd day. So I wasn't sure whether it was a good idea to actually, go on to live when we are still adjusting with the mores of Ramadan, so to speak, because I understand that Ramadan, when it comes to the fasting month, obviously it does take some time for us individually and for our bodies to adjust with the new scheduling. Okay, since we are going to be like literally not eating or drinking during the day, and we will only break our fast at dusk, all right, at sunset, right? So, but anyways, regardless, I thought that I might as well just come on, because it has been quite a while since I last did a live stream. So alhamdulillah for that. Anyways, my room has undergone some changes in the past few days, and even last few hours. I've actually changed the look of my. You can't see it obviously because the camera is facing me here, But if the camera were from the other side, you would see that there are some changes here. So I've minimalized my uh, items. Most of the items here I actually moved to the desk on the other side, and I'm not really sure what I would be planning to do with that desk, because there were a few times which I had utilized that desk for some live streaming, I think, but that was like 2 3 years ago. And I'm still thinking whether I want to just remove this desk altogether, or do I want to repurpose it for something else. I'm still debating with myself on that. Yeah, so sorry, I need to take a swig of this. Oh, some people have come online. Hi. Yeah, hi. Are you a Muslim, Adam? Do let me know. I'm curious to know whether there are non-Muslims here. Yeah, anyways, I will be sharing the link to the StreamYard. So if anyone wants to come on and ask me questions, sure, you're most welcome to, all right? But Waalaikum salam. Let's strengthen our faith. Humans are not gods. Jangan jadi mangsa penyembah manusia. Oh yeah, those groups, that particular group of people just love to worship the half naked man, don't they? Right? You know who they are. Yes. Speaking of which, I've started to update my site again. So there are currently 2 new articles on Bismika Awahuma. So let me share it for the benefit of those who do not know what I'm talking about. Okay, I'm loading the site now. I did do some changes. I mean, the site has been ignored for the past 6 years or 7 years, right? It's not that it's not that I totally ignore it. It's just that I've been so busy with work and other responsibilities, so I didn't really had the time to actually go through everything. Yeah, so this is the website, right? So I actually wanted to have a new theme and a new design for the site, but at the moment, this is how the site would look like. Okay, so it's very basic, and unfortunately, I can't do much with it at the moment. But please do make dua that inshallah, when I have the time, I can pay a web designer and a developer to work on the website and make it look better than it currently is. So this is basically the website. It introduces the contents of the site, and all this information. So these are the 2 new articles that I'm referring to, which I've updated in the past 2 or 3 weeks. This being the latest, the one on the leftmost, exploring population dynamics, demographic discrepancies in biblical narratives. That's the latest article, right? And the one on Nabi Qureshi, I published that in 2017. Okay, in 2017. So do the math, right? So 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 20, yeah, about 7 or 8 years since I last updated anything to the site. But then I started updating this article, reassessing the binary Christian depictions of Jesus and Muhammad, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Okay, so so let's go through that article. So it's just something that I noticed that which Christians or kumpulan penyembah manusia tersebut, okay, you know who they are. So that particular group of people who worship a half naked man, they love cutting and pasting this particular text here, which is in Korean. Okay, the font is Korean. So you can see, basically, it's not an argument at all. It's just something that they just want to use to throw Muslims and annoy the hell out of Muslims. Okay. So basically, these people, I mean, I don't think they have actually read what they cut and pasted. They just simply took it from some forum, I guess. They cut and paste this on every single Muslim channel or Facebook page in the comments. So this is the text, all right? So they're trying to contrast that their perception of Jesus with that of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So yeah, Jesus died on the cross and resurrected after 3 days. No, we don't believe this as Muslims. We don't believe it at all. Okay, we deny this. It's nonsense. There's no evidence that Jesus died on the cross, much less being resurrected after 3 days. There were no witnesses. Okay. Jesus teaching on enemy, love your enemy. Yeah, I mean, this is also in Islam. Okay. So this is just a plain lie. Okay. Jesus teaching about paradise and eternal life. I mean, basically, this is the same thing that Muslims are taught as well in the Quran. So this 72 virgins lie is a lie because it's not in the Quran at all. Jesus is without sin. Yeah, we Muslims believe that the prophets, all the prophets, including Rasulullah, including Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, was also sinless. So it doesn't matter whether you believe that Jesus is without sin, because we also believe that Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is without sin as well. So it's kind of a dumb argument, right, to make. Okay, and then all these accusations are of course false. And yeah, talking, and then this next text is talking about miracles, but then again, the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam has performed miracles as well. So I don't understand what's the point here. I mean, if you compare the miracles of Jesus, and this is something that I've mentioned to someone before. I think it was a few days ago that I had this discussion with someone that I knew. Someone that I know. So we were talking about miracles of the Christian argument of using Jesus's miracles as evidence for his divinity. And when I think about it, so what? I mean, who cares whether he could cure the sick and heal the sick, cure the blind, lepers, and so on, and raise dead people from their graves. So what? These are not. This is not. These are not something which is which will make you go, wow, it's amazing. Because and it's not even evidence for godhood. Because if we look at the miracles of the previous prophets that came before Jesus, like for example, Moses alayhi salam, he literally threw a stick on the ground and it turned into a snake. So I think that's an even greater miracle than raising people from the dead. All right. If you want to play this kind of games, I mean, if you want to look at this, if you want to nitpick as every single miracle that a prophet performed, then I would say Moses would be a better God, would be a greater God than Jesus, because he could literally turn a non-living object into a living object. So I think that's an even greater miracle than simply curing people from illnesses and raising people from the dead. All right. So to me, that is not evidence for divinity. So obviously, as a Muslim, I don't compare between the prophets. I'm just wearing their hats, the Christian hat, and playing their games. Okay. So this is just for the sake of the argument. Okay. If let's say if they say that Jesus's miracles is evidence for his divinity, then Moses have better miracles than Jesus. Okay. And therefore, I guess, according to your own argument of miracles as evidence for divinity, Moses would be God. Moses will even be a better God than Jesus. Okay, now I mean Salih. But I think this is the game that Christians don't realize actually shoots them in the foot. Okay. So anyway, the article goes on with all these arguments, and my article has a response to these arguments. So you just need to go through all of them, and yeah, just go through all of them. I mean, it's too long to I've already commented pretty much what uh, the the article's point was. So just go through all of this, and yeah, and then it ends there. Okay. So and then the next article, and this article is even more interesting because it involves math, and Christians, they don't know math. Okay. So here you go. Yeah, exploring population dynamics, demographic discrepancies in biblical narrative. So basically, what this article is about is to show or to demonstrate that the population census in the Bible or the New Testament, the Old Testament actually, in Genesis, Exodus, and Numbers, with reference to the number of Israelites that came to Egypt and left, the number of Israelites that first came to Egypt during the time of Jacob, and the numbers of Israelites when they left Egypt with Moses. The numbers don't match. The numbers don't match with population growth model, mathematical models. So these are the three key mathematical models: general population growth rate, exponential growth model, and logistic growth model. So if we put in the data that the Bible gave us into these growth models, mathematical models that we have here, we will find that even though the Bible says that the number of Israelites that left Egypt that were with Musa or with Moses were 603,550, the mathematical models clearly indicate that the number does not match, and they are much lower than 603K. Okay. In fact, the numbers are around 1,761. So between the time of the 70 members of Jacob's family entering Egypt, which takes about 215 years, up until the time of Exodus, when the Israelites left with with Moses, the number should be about 1,700 something. And it makes sense because, they had to cross the Red Sea. The sea was, split into two, etc. So how would it be possible for 630 something K individuals to cross the Red Sea together with Moses, with the army of Pharaoh behind them, chasing after them, trying to stop them from crossing the Red Sea? Okay. It makes the mathematical models here makes much more sense if let's say if assuming the members of Jacob being 70 is when they entered Egypt is accurate. Okay, if we assume that, but it does not match. I mean, the Bible does not. It's certainly wrong when it says that there were 600K individuals who left Egypt with Moses. Okay, so there you go, a Bible problem here. Okay, the authors of the Bible do not know math. Okay, it's clear that they exaggerate the numbers. Okay, so this is the information that we can determine from the mathematical models that I've mentioned. Oh, Brother Siko is here. Walaikum salam warahmatullahi, brother. I was just talking about my my website. All right. So I hope that your Ramadan, inshallah, is good. And how's Poland? Do let me know. All right. Sorry, I have to take a swig at this. All right. Because I've been talking for the past 20 minutes. Oh my God, 20 minutes. All right. Give me some time to rest my vocal cords. All right. Yeah, by the way, in case you're wondering, it's actually 1:37 a.m. Malaysian time. So it's quite dark outside. And I think Fajar will be in about 5 to 6 hours time. So 5 hours time to be exact. So yeah. So I still have a lot of time to eat and drink. All right. It's good and Poland is fine. I saw your live. Yeah, I kind of suspected that. Thank you for coming, Aki. Thank you very much for coming. I actually did not, as I mentioned in the earlier part of this live stream, I didn't really expect, or I didn't really plan to come on live. It just struck me that, why not, right? I mean, I haven't gone live in quite a while, so it's probably good if if I were to come online anyway. So yeah, that's the reason why I'm here now. How's my Ramadan going? Alhamdulillah, it's going very well, and I'm moving into the third. I mean, here in Malaysia, we are moving into the fourth day of Ramadan, inshallah. So I presume, since you said that you have broken your fast about an hour ago. Mashallah, wonderful. So I think you'll be moving into the fourth day very soon. Whereas when you are still moving into the fourth day, I would probably be in the middle of the fourth day of the fast, I guess. At least that's what I think. You can correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, mashallah. All right. So there's about 6 people right now, 6 viewers right now watching this live stream. Oh, amazing, amazing. Do let me know who you are. Do leave your comments in the chat. Yeah. As I mentioned earlier, I did not expect to do a live stream right now, but I just thought it might be a good idea to just pop in, say hi, and then say something, and then end the stream. Right. I'm not sure if I should run the stream for more than 1 hour, but let's see. Okay. 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 Let's see now. Oh my God, it's a bit it's a bit tiring to lean over because I'm using a mic right now. Testing my mic again. 1, 2, 3. Testing. Yeah. I think my mic should be working because I switched mics. Can you hear me? Please do press 1 if you can hear me. I've switched mics. Okay. I think this mic is giving me some issues. Yeah. All right. Wonderful. Okay. So I think I was using this mic, by the way, in case you were wondering. So now I've switched it back to the headphone mic. So I guess I can put this aside now since it's giving me some problems. Not sure why that is so. Okay, I usually use that mic for recording videos, by the way. So maybe it's not suited for live streams. Okay, although it shouldn't be the case. But anyways, okay, let's just switch to this mic then, since you guys are listening to me now. Okay. Yeah, so if anyone wants to come on to the live stream, please do let me know. I will share the link with you. Let me see now. Yeah, if you want to say anything, please do. Right? I've shared the link. So if you want to come onto the backstage and say hi, nothing serious, I guess. Let's just make this a very casual session, all right? It's nothing heavy or nothing intense, okay? Because I didn't really plan for the stream, like I said.
Yeah, but if you guys want to come on, yeah, go ahead. By all means. Okay, my throat is giving me some problems again. I'm gonna have to take a swig at this. Yeah, I really don't know why these technical issues happen, crop up from time to time. I think I'm gonna have to look into it. It could be because of my internet connection. And so yeah, I think it could be because of my equipment too. I'm not sure. Oh, brother Siko is here. Oh, mashallah. Okay, I'll bring you on, brother Siko. Salam alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Mashallah. Good to hear you, brother. So, how are you, brother?
Oh, I'm quite good. It's I think what it started. Yeah, it's not been too bad Ramadan so far. Um,
Wonderful, brother.
I think a lot of my where I work, a lot of people have asked me if I'm fasting because
Mm,
they don't understand it. So it's been interesting
mm.
in having these conversations with people
Oh,
at work.
interesting. Yeah. So how's Ramadan like in Poland? Because I think Poland is overwhelmingly Christian,
Yeah,
aren't they?
it's like I guess 99% mainly Roman Catholic, but
Mm,
there is well, there are some Muslims here. I don't live that
yeah,
far from the mosque, about 35, 40-minute walk.
yeah, yeah. Like that, like the Polish Tatars that I mentioned before, right?
Yeah,
Remember?
so
Yeah, we had that conversation before. Yeah,
they make up a small minority. They are also
yeah.
culturally
Okay.
quite unique in that they're Muslim, but they're also Polish. So it's
Yes,
interesting
yes,
actually. I haven't
yes.
met anyone, but I have met a Polish convert to Islam at the
Oh,
mosque.
wonderful, mashallah, mashallah, wonderful.
Yeah. So usually when I can make it to Jummah,
Okay.
they will have the imam who give the khutbah, uh, will give some speech in Arabic, in English, and then the Polish guy would give it in Polish. So everyone,
Oh, interesting, interesting, interesting.
yeah.
So, if you don't mind me asking, what is the ethnic composition in this mosque actually?
Um, it's actually quite mixed. There's people from all over the place. You get
Mm.
people from
Okay.
South Asia, Middle East, North
Oh,
Africa,
okay, okay,
Turkish. So
okay. So
there is
mostly,
the
outsiders, mostly immigrants,
yeah, mostly immigrants at
expats.
this
Sorry,
one,
expats. Sorry, I wanted to use the word expats. Yeah.
expats. Yeah. So
All right.
mainly non-Poles at the mosque.
All right, all right. Okay, okay, okay.
But
Interesting.
there are the mosque does have a women's side, which they have quite a few people there.
Okay.
Men's side, I see a lot of young people. Last time I was
Mm.
at Juma, I saw from the women's side anyway, a lot of girls, young girls were coming out.
Oh,
Looked
okay.
like they were like 8 to 10 year olds.
Okay.
And then
Interesting. Interesting.
there's the interesting thing is there's always this lady. Uh, she's not a Muslim, but this lady who's always outside on Juma begging
Mm-hmm.
for money.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. So, how would you say the reception of non-Muslims in Poland is like to Muslims in their relationship with the Muslims, especially? I mean, are
Well,
they warm, or are they just like meh? Let's do our own business. We keep to ourselves and you keep to yourselves, or are they antagonistic, or yeah? Just let me know.
well,
Yeah.
from my understanding, I mean, I'm in the capital, so there
Mm,
are a lot more foreigners here in the capital than I guess other places. And usually, in most of the time, most capital cities where they do have a lot more foreigners, there's a lot more
yeah, that's
acceptance
true.
of seeing and being around foreigners. So
Okay.
not many people actually they just if they see anybody, they just mind their own business. I saw a lot of a lot of sisters on the buses, for
Mm,
example, wearing
mm,
the headscarf, and no one really
mm,
says anything or
okay.
bothers them.
Okay. Okay.
I remember seeing this a bit more older sister. She was on the bus playing like on the loudspeaker, but not so loudly. Just if you come close enough, you hear it. But if you're a bit further away, you won't hear it. Playing the Quran on the phone while she was listening.
Ah,
So
mashallah, that's wonderful.
no one really said anything. No one was minding it, anything towards her. I would say it's pretty much the kind of feeling you get in most big cities here in the West, where most people just mind it.
Most capital cities, I guess. Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess in Poland, in this particular in the capital, Warsaw, right?
Yeah, Warsaw.
Warsaw.
My
So yeah.
co-workers, for example, they're fine. They ask some questions. Some of them, obviously, foreigners. They're asking the questions. Some of them are locals. Obviously, you've got to be careful. In some places, there are groups. Europe is known for. Eastern Europe is known for its the ultras. So you've got to avoid the ultras on certain occasions, especially if there's a big match going on.
All right.
But I've been to a full football matches.
Interesting.
What's it? Legia Warsaw football matches when they were playing in the
football matches, huh?
Yeah.
Are you a fan of football?
I am a fan. I am a fan of football.
Mashallah. That's wonderful. What team do you support? Do you have any particular team that you support?
In England, it's Manchester United.
Man U, huh?
Yeah, United.
My dad will be upset. My dad will be upset to hear that because he's Liverpool.
Yeah, I knew that. It's always it's usually, I think, in Asia you find a lot of United and Liverpool fans. So
yeah.
Nah,
it's a mix actually. We have Liverpool fans, we have Chelsea fans, we have Manchester. I think Manchester City fans aren't that many, but they're coming up, and we also have Arsenal fans. Yeah, so there's quite a wide base here. But I personally I do not watch the Premier League. I'm more for the Malaysian League. So I support Selangor FC. So yeah.
All right. No, actually, usually when I go to somewhere, I usually like to check out the football scene. So there are two teams in Warsaw. One in the top division, which is Legia, and the other one I forgot the name, but they're in the division underneath that.
Okay.
So the Legia team is right. Their ultras are right wing. Well, the other team, the other Polish team, their fans are left wing.
Okay.
They're owned by this recently. I don't know if he's a millionaire or a billionaire, but they're owned by this very rich guy in the second team.
Okay.
He's invested a lot of money, so they've managed to kind of get promoted to the second.
So how would you say in general the quality of the league is like?
Compared to the Premier League, not the same.
Obviously not.
It's.
I mean, generally speaking, yeah.
Generally, the matches, the top teams are quite decent.
Yeah.
They'll be.
Okay.
They're more like championship level size or lower league size.
Okay.
If I was to compare, I'll probably compare something like Nottingham Forest or Luton Town. But
Luton Town. Okay, yeah.
After that, the quality goes down kind of quite dramatically.
I see. All right.
Yeah, I was talking to a Polish co-worker, and he was saying that once Lewandowski retires, there's no other quality coming through from the Polish youth system. So,
Podolski, yeah, I remember him. Lucas Podolski, right?
No, Lewandowski.
I don't
Once
remember
he
the player.
retires, they have no other players coming through, so they're worried about their international team.
I see. Yeah.
I also remember Lucas Podolski. I believe he played in Asia for a bit as well.
Yes. Hey, was Podolski a Polish guy? I don't remember.
So Podolski was German of Polish descent.
Oh, okay, right. I see. Yeah. That's why I confused him. I think I confused him for Poland, for a Polish player or something. Yeah.
Well, his surname is Polish.
Yes, definitely.
I have a few calls a few Poles and a few Turks previously.
Brother Alham is here. Okay, he says I know Lewandowski and what's this? How do you pronounce
Chesney.
this? Oh, Snesny Guli. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with Polish players. I'm sorry. I have a smattering of knowledge about English players. Okay, and maybe some teams from France or from believe it or not from Netherlands, and maybe some knowledge of the Argentina and the Brazilian teams. But other than that, I don't really know the players. Yeah.
Well, I know a few Polish players. Chesney used to play for Arsenal as a goalkeeper. And he
Oh, okay.
Fabianski, who's also Polish. So those two I know. Chesney now plays for Juventus.
Okay.
Matty Cash, who's English but has a Polish grandparent or something, was able to qualify to play for Poland. So he plays for Poland.
I see.
Few more of Arsenal, but that's about it. I don't really know that many Polish players.
Yeah, I mean, these days, I'll be honest with you. These days, I just focus on the national team and Malaysian national team. And few months ago, I'm still proud of this. Malaysia drew with South Korea 3 all. That was an amazing match. I think Brother Alham would agree with me. It was a fuckingly amazing match. Okay, because all this while we were underperforming in Asia, and then suddenly we drew 3 all with South Korea, and we are having another game coming up for the World Cup qualifiers against Oman. So I don't know how would that turn out, because most of our players are not match fit yet. Okay, but I'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah. Anyway, I was going to ask you, what's the sentiment like in Poland with regards to the current ongoing and unfortunate genocide in Gaza? Yeah.
Well, it depends who you talk to. It does depend who you talk to. If you know about Polish history, they are, in that sense, quite pro-Israel because of the guilt that they do have.
Oh yeah, because of the ghettos. Yeah.
Yeah, but like I was speaking to some people, even at work. One of the people I was talking to, he's telling me that his grandmother is pro-Palestinian, even though she's not, because of the history that Poland has in what he has done. He was saying that his grandmother can see the mirrors of that in the in the situation of the Palestinians.
Yeah, understood. And, in fact, one of the reasons why we Malaysians are very much pro Palestine. I'm not sure whether you heard the press conference that our Prime Minister Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim had with the German Chancellor. He was asked this question: why is it that the Malaysian government did not condemn Hamas for their actions during 7 October? And our Prime Minister gave a very sharp and strong response to that, and it broke the news literally, and it spread like wildfire across the world. I'm not sure whether you saw that particular press statement.
I was about to hit on a clip that talked about this, but then I saw you was live, so I came here first.
No, it's okay. Never mind. I was thinking of actually taking that clip and upload it on my channel. So maybe later in the day you can actually watch it on my channel. Yes. So anyways, going back to that, one of the reasons why we are still very much pro-Palestinian, and we are strongly against the Israeli occupation, is because the experience of what the Palestinians are going through is similar to our own history, similar to what we experienced during our own colonization by the British, and before that the Dutch, and before that the Portuguese. So it resonates strongly with us, and for that particular, not just because they are Muslims, not just because Al-Aqsa is of course the third holiest site in the Islamic world. It's not just because that is also a factor, but that's not the only reason. The one of the major reasons is because their experience is their experience of oppression and colonization by the Israelis is mirrors our own experience here in Malaysia, back in those days. So that is why we are strongly pro-Palestinian, and we will never, support the
Yeah.
settler colonialist project that is Israel. Yeah.
I mean, I find it interesting that I don't know if you're up to date with South American politics.
Sorry, brother, you're breaking up.
South American politics. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I can hear you now.
Yeah. So in South America, what's interesting is those who are left wing are pro-Palestinian, and those who are right wing tend to be pro-Israeli. So you've got a few.
Very strange, isn't it?
Yeah. So you've got like Bolivia, I believe Bolivia, Brazil, and a few others in South Central America where they have actually been quite harsh. They've actually, some of them withdrew the ambassadors from. I think Brazil was taking the strongest stance out of all of them.
Yes,
from
that's right.
From Israel. And then you look at the Argentinian leader that they voted in recently, and he was seen like singing and dancing in Israel with the Israelis. So you kind of see this this kind of thing with South America. I think in Brazil, the current leadership is pro-Palestinian, but the previous leadership who tried to do Donald Trump over there, he's obviously very strong Israeli supporter. And then you go to Africa, and you see a lot of African nations. I think, they've been very strongly and harshly critical of Israel. And a lot of the time, if you look at those countries who are pro-Palestinians, they have in their past their own forms of colonization,
that's right.
suppression, and in some cases even genocide, like Namibia.
Yes.
Which Germany has yet to properly apologize for, because that was one of the first.
And I don't think they ever will, because they never will.
That was one of the first genocides of the was it 19th century or 20th century?
What was the name of that? What was the name of that king? I don't remember. What was that incident called? I don't remember.
Yeah. What I believe is, those German descendants who are still on the land of the people they genocide to get the land.
Yes, that's right. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, there was this king of Belgium who a Belgian king who was also in Africa, and he oppressed the Africans that he colonized. I don't remember his name.
King Leopold.
Yes, Leopold. Yes, him. Yes. He's considered to be one of the worst genocidal masterminds in that century, in that particular century.
I think,
if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
One of the interesting thing about that was he was so bad that the other colonizers were saying, "You're going a bit too far."
Yes, that's right. Exactly. Yes, exactly. Yeah, he was so cruel that people were really opposed to him. And even until today, I don't think Belgium had actually ever apologized for it. They never did. Yeah.
The other thing that is quite interesting is those with the own who've actually carried out a lot of colonization, their own genocide, because Britain has their own genocide, have been quite supportive of Israel, either by arming them or
exactly
when they. This is the interesting thing. When there was I believe it was the ICJ ruling that there was a possible genocide going on.
Yeah,
they didn't stop the funding, but right after that, Israel accused UNRWA of
harboring terrorists. Of harboring terrorists and
members being part of Hamas.
Yeah,
they
exactly.
specifically named 12 people. Straight away after this accusation, they stopped a lot of Western nations. Australia, for example, I believe Sweden, Canada, USA, UK. They stopped funding straight away. This was just an accusation, and when evidence was asked for, no evidence was provided. This is why recently, I believe, Australia, Sweden, many members of the EU have restarted to refund, even Canada, because the evidence wasn't provided. And this is the thing that you'll see, that these countries, when Israel says it, they'll say, okay, we believe you. But when any other organization is saying it, they're like, nah, we have to investigate, we have to see how
we have to investigate, we have to look into this, we have to deliberate upon this in a committee. And I think have you watched Star Wars? You know, the first episode. Yeah, we have to deliberate this in a committee.
Yeah.
And then after that, we'll come back to you after 1 month. And by the time they come back to you, everyone is already dead.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
that's the thing. They still haven't stopped funding Israel despite there's a possible genocide going on. And this means that the starvation that is happening in Palestine is not just manufactured by Israel, but manufactured by those countries who stopped funding, and they've become complicit in the genocide because their decision has made it so. I know you didn't ask anything heavy. I know this is getting quite heavy, but they've become complicit in the genocide by helping the starvation of those people. This is why America is now acting in the way it is, because they realized that the actions they've taken makes them complicit in genocide. And if Israel is found guilty by the ICJ, those who participated in it, those American, Belgian, from Britain soldiers who participated in this genocide will be liable by international court.
Yes.
And that means, for example, in the UK, there was I don't know if you saw this clip. There was an English Israeli soldier who was rummaging through someone's home, showing a lady's personal belongings.
Oh, I did not see that clip. Yeah.
Yeah. So he actually came back to the UK, and he was going to give a speech to some Jewish youth on this Jewish Youth Community Center. And I believe it was Ali Dawa and others who came and confronted this organization.
In Speaker's Corner?
No, it was on Speaker's Corner. This was happening, I believe, in North London.
Oh, okay.
So this, piece of scum is being, coming back and giving speeches to vulnerable youth to radicalize them, if you think about it. But this is allowed. This is allowed in the UK. If you're a Zionist and Jewish, you're allowed to come, brainwash, gaslight, and radicalize other people. Yeah, but because it's Israel is an ally, and you can join Israel, you can literally become radicalized. All right, and you can join the IDF in order to unalive Palestinian children. And I don't know if you've seen that Palestinian guy who does those meets people online, Israelis, and you see the violence, sometimes from very young. Interestingly enough, sometimes Black Jews, and you think about these guys don't know the history that what the Israelis have done to them. The Ethiopian Jews who went to Israel, and this was 10 years ago, 15 years ago, that they were sterilized so they don't have as many babies, and change the white demographic of Israel to a black or brown. And you look at these ones, you can see blatantly in the education system how much brainwashing takes place. And it was there's this lady settler leader. All right, she was asked, how do you kind of present this to the American Jews? And she literally says a lot of brainwashing has to happen. So they kind of admit it from themselves that they have to brainwash people into believing their narrative. I mean, a lot of the time they're exposing themselves. There's a woman, a rabid Islamophobe called Melanie Phillips in the UK.
Oh, I never heard of her.
Yeah, she was on a TV show called Question Time, and she was saying very blatant lies. She was saying Israel apparently let hundreds of aid trucks in, but they're all being attacked by Hamas and their food being stolen. Now this is
that is nonsense, man.
Yeah, that is so much nonsense that the host, and BBC generally allows people to speak a lot of nonsense without challenging. But the host had to challenge her and say that's not the case. And people in the audience basically pretty much laughed at her absurdness. All right. So this is the level of brainwashing these people have gone through.
My God,
That
it's
they,
really
that they
horrible. Isn't it?
believe so much of the lie, even when you present the evidence in front of their eyes, they don't see it.
My God, that's just yeah, that's just disheartening to hear this. But I mean, in Malaysia, we don't hear the nonsense that the Israelis dish out. You see, so our media is very much pro-Palestinian. So all we hear are pro-Palestinian news, and we hear little to nothing about the Israeli side of the things, because we know that whatever the Israelis say is BS. Okay. And I mean, if anyone wants to verify it for themselves, they can always go online and see what's happening in Gaza. Anyway, it's the genocide is there in full view, live, for everyone to see, right?
I mean, it's not just that; it's literally what they've been saying. They've been saying it openly. They've been saying it so openly that the reason why the ICJ had to consider a possible genocide going on is because literally, I mean, what the president was saying, the prime minister, the military,
Yeah,
it was literally them saying there'll be no food or water going in and out of Gaza. So they already stated at the beginning that they were going to
Yeah.
starve the population. They can't say,
Yeah.
you know, this is the most absurd thing that no one seems to be challenging on. They can't say they're not targeting the Palestinian people when they have basically denied them food and drink. And the recent killing of the massacre that's happened
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
you know, around 100 Palestinians who came to get food, and they all
Yes.
fired at them. All right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
much, you know, that story idea have a spin. They spent so much stories, and now they're saying that the Hamas are attacking their own people.
Okay,
So then
that's
they're
very dumb.
denying killing people. They're denying this when it's, you know, being caught on camera. All the witnesses to it are saying this is the case. But this is not
Exactly.
surprising. This is not surprising. I mean, I believe it was what is it 20 years now that Rachel Corrie was killed.
Yes. Yeah.
Murdered, I should say.
Murdered. Yeah. Yeah. She was literally run down by a bulldozer. Yeah.
She was
Yeah.
literally targeted and murdered.
Tractor or bulldozer? I don't remember.
Yeah. It was a bulldozer, armored bulldozer.
Armored
You know, the
bulldozer.
company
Yeah.
Caterpillar. Now, Caterpillar, the
Yes.
company, actually, what they did was after this happened, they actually spied on her family.
It's horrible, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
So, you know,
Very sad. It's very distressing to hear this kind of news. It's very, very sad. Yeah. I mean, what can we do here in Malaysia apart from, you know, sending our du'as and, you know, giving money donations? We do give. There are a lot of pro-Palestinian organizations here in Malaysia, and we donate food, we donate money, we donate, you know, all kind of stuff. If the Israelis allow us to enter, we will enter and you know, give those supplies. I think right now there is a large campaign. By the way, there's a huge boycott right now going on against Western fast food chains and so on. Starbucks is almost bankrupt, by the way, in Malaysia. If you want to know.
that's good to hear.
Because of this. I'm not sure whether it's good news for me, because I'm a big fan of Starbucks, but I understand where the anger is coming from. So if Starbucks goes where it goes.
You know, like my sister used to drink at Costa Coffee, and they are also on the boycott list. Maybe not as big as Starbucks, who are worldwide. Costa's more seems to be European.
Costa Coffee.
Yeah.
Yes, we have that here as well in Malaysia, but it's not as popular as Starbucks is.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Starbucks, the original owner of Starbucks, still gets a big share, and he's a big funder of the Israeli regime in this case. I see. Very big Zionist, and so while Starbucks are saying no, we don't fund, we're not political, we don't do this. they are actually still paying him a large amount, which the money goes into paying for his donations. And now a lot of people are actually waking up in the sense that they can see that their politicians are, toothless in the case of anything regarding this situation, where they are saying, we are watching a genocide happening live. Every day the videos are coming out. We are not. We can't argue ignorance. Some people back in World War II, before the World War II, they could argue ignorance because the news were not coming out as it is now. All right.
Yes.
It wasn't they were not seeing it happening live. Videos will come out on the same day. They're not seeing this. We are seeing it now, and a lot of the young, especially, are trying to say, look, we don't want to be part of this. So what the government, you will see this is the case. Even the pro-Palestinian marches in the UK have been majority has been non-Muslims. Even majority of Jews have also been coming out.
Yes, I noticed this. I noticed that there has been a lot of young Jews coming out in support of Palestine, and this is something that I have not seen before. I have not seen this happening in the previous conflicts with the Palestinians from against by Israelis against the Palestinians prior to this particular conflict. So it's good. It's good. It's a positive thing. I think people are starting to realize that that the stories that Israel sells are not valid at all, in fact. And I think Israel is also beginning to realize that the stories that they try to pass off as truth is failing. The hasbara is failing.
I mean, they still have the propagandists and those who've already been bought or the reason why I say bought is because the lobbying group is quite powerful, so you can tell.
Shmuley comes to mind. Rabbi Shmuley comes to mind.
Those who are bought, brainwashed, or completely. I mean, Rabbi Shmuley comes across as completely insane.
Did you watch that debate that he had with Norman Finkelstein? I think he was totally outclassed by Dr. Finkelstein. He was totally outclassed by Dr. Norman Finkelstein. He could not master even a single proper, coherent response to Dr. Norman Finkelstein.
I like this. I don't know if you know, there's this other YouTuber who is quite popular. I'm not going to say his name, but he was recently in a marriage where while he was married, they were having an open relationship and his wife left him.
You mean Destiny, right?
Yes.
I know who he is. Yeah. Oh, his wife left him. I thought they were still together.
No, his wife left him, divorced him. Basically.
But I thought they had an open relationship and they were okay with it.
Yeah. So
okay, that's news. That's news for me. Yeah, that's news to me. Yeah. I did not know that happened. But anyway, So what's the story? Yeah.
He was in a debate with Norman Finkelstein.
Oh, yeah. I think I saw that, but I did not finish watching it. Yeah. And what happened? Yeah.
It just ran rings around him, and he was like, he literally said, you are basically uninformed. He was telling him, you're an idiot. And
who was telling whom that he's an idiot?
Norman Finkelstein to Destiny. And the reason why you could tell that Destiny has little, the knowledge of.
I mean, the guy is a streamer. He's not the guy is a streamer, and I don't think he's well read either. So he's not. He's just a populist. Yeah.
I'm guessing he's getting a lot of funding from certain groups because suddenly all these. What I find funny is Destiny is supposed to be very liberal left wing, all right, and now his wife left him, and he's suddenly become supporter of Israel. And I think there's a comedian called Bobby Lee, right? And he was telling me he was saying in a podcast that he gets a free trip. He was invited for a free trip to Israel, and he thought it's free, let's go. But then he realized that once there you have to tweet. It's not free because they want you to tweet or send message how good it is in Israel and all that, and then they don't allow you to go to certain places. So he was saying, like, they basically use people, say it's a free trip, get them to come over, and then they kind of use them to promote. And so you can see this is the dark side. The funny thing is, when I was living in China, some people would do this with some of the foreigners living there, like, come over, we'll give you a free trip, put you up in a hotel, and then they'll use you as like a way to promote the place you've been to, and you take part in all of these. Technically, you're working for them for a hotel and food.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And,
Interesting. Okay.
You
Okay.
get tricked by this, but then I think personally, Destiny, he has been. If you look at him, he is anti a lot of things, a lot of Eastern things, I would say. But the funny thing is, like, the things he's supportive of, you can see it blow up in his face, especially like the open marriage, the support of certain things. They just been hitting him, blowing up in his face, and you can see he just does what he does for clout.
He does what he does for popularity, for the views.
Yeah. When it comes to debating, he's very, very shallow, a lot of rhetoric, a lot of appeal to emotion.
Did he debate brother Daniel before, Daniel Hakikaju?
Yeah,
at one point.
Debated Daniel about the Tate brothers and the arrest. And
Yeah,
one of the
it was very. Yeah, I recall that it was very shallow. His points about the Tate brothers were very, very very, very shallow, and they were just based on what people were already saying about the Tate brothers. Yeah, he was just repeating them. Yeah.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, what he was condemning the Tate brothers for, he supports with certain types of websites that do the same thing. He supports those, but he's condemning the Tate brothers. So you can see that contradiction in that debate that come out, that he's basically a hypocrite. And that's not a surprise in my view, because a lot of these guys tend to be, because they can't hold a coherent, consistent view. So
he's just doing it for popularity and views, brother. I don't consider him to be a serious YouTuber on any particular subject. He's just doing it for fun. In fact, Hassan Nabi has a. I think you know who Hassan Nabi is. Hassan Nabi has a better knowledge of what's happening in the world compared to him. And I'm not saying I like Hassan Nabi. I don't think he's practicing, right?
No. What I would say is, one thing you notice about certain of these guys is that they will speak fast, saying that they're trying to show that they know a lot, but their speaking fast is trying to hide the lack of knowledge, because they will try to say a lot of things very quickly, and it's not allowing you to actually digest what they're saying. Kind of say, hold on, you said this, and this is one of the things that I've noticed about his debate style and a few others.
So what's your, by the way, since we're talking about YouTubers, let's talk about the some of the famous ones, like for example Sneeko, for his brother Sneeko. What do you think of him? I find that his sudden growth in Islamic knowledge is quite amazing. I mean, his sudden growth in Islamic spirituality is amazing, mashallah. I think recently he went for Umrah, right? With Sheikh Uthman. I find that, wow, my God, mashallah. Even I have not stepped into Mecca yet.
I have family members who have gone. I have not gone. Inshallah, I tend to go.
Inshallah, in the future, inshallah, when it permits.
But what I would say is that it's interesting because you can see he can, break things down in a way that he can understand it when he's trying to understand something. And this was before he became a Muslim. That's why you see him kind of changing and growing, in a sense. Because
yes. I mean, I saw some of his streams during his Jahila years, and there were some unflattering comments that he made of Islam. So I knew him back then, and then now when you see him today, it's like, wow, this guy has totally changed 180 degrees.
Yeah.
and it's great,
Um,
mashallah. It's great. It's superb. Yeah, mashallah.
one thing I've noticed is it's not just if you look at his earlier videos and his videos
Yeah,
now, you can see there's
yeah.
a change of character. He's
Definitely a
more
change, a
so,
big change, huge leap in personality and
yeah,
in positivity, mashallah. Yeah,
I would say a lot more maturity has come across.
that as well. Yes, of
Yeah,
course. Yes,
and
I
that's
agree with
something
you.
that's some other streamers could learn from, is that they
Yeah.
becoming more and more mature rather than more and more
Yes.
childish.
Yes. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
Um,
I really do admire Brother Sneeko now. I mean, previously I didn't think much of him. By the way, if Brother Sneeko is watching this, I find that your knowledge, mashallah, has increased. Keep learning, brother. If Brother Sneeko is
yeah,
listening, I hope he's listening.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I remember a lot of people, some of certain, um, how do I say it? Certain people from the Muslim community
Yeah.
were not very happy with certain people converting to Islam.
Yeah.
I remember one of the people was saying about the Andrew Tate when he became
Yeah,
Muslim.
yes, I get that. I saw some of the comments on. There was one particular comment I don't know. I don't know if I should call her a Muslim. She said that if Andrew Tate reverts to Islam, I will leave Islam. It was that bad. I mean,
Yeah,
I was like, why
that
the hell
was
would you say
almost,
something like
yeah,
that? Yeah,
so
yeah,
idiotic.
yeah. It's really
Because the
stupid.
thing is,
Why would you sacrifice your Islam for someone that you don't like? It doesn't make any sense, right?
yeah, I mean, there was a very famous
Mm.
Irish singer who became Muslim.
Yeah, I know
Um,
her, Sinead
yeah,
O'Connor,
Sinead
Sister
O'Connor.
Shuhada, yeah,
Yeah.
Sister Shuhada, yeah, yeah, I know, I
Now,
know.
if you look at her journey to Islam, um, a lot of people say, she's done some things which are not very, very away from Islam and being a Muslim. But once
Yeah,
she's come to
I see.
Islam, I did not hear anybody condemning her. And they shouldn't have condemned her anyway, but I'm just saying that's the case.
Yeah, yeah,
Once, once you start to see the change in persons and
yes,
they start to grow, you give them time. Um,
yes, of course, of course.
now,
We of course we expect them to turn into super saints once they revert to Islam. Okay,
I mean,
because that's what a lot of unfortunately that's what a lot of Muslims expect a revert to do. Once you become a Muslim, you must automatically not drink, you must not sleep with women, you must automatically don't do any of the haram stuff that you were doing in your previous life. But these things take time, you see. You can't expect them to suddenly change into an angel
no,
within several hours of saying the shahada. It doesn't make any sense. Okay. Yeah,
but yeah,
even born Muslims like me take time to develop Islam. I mean, back in my jahili years, even though I still consider myself a Muslim at the time, I did things which I think my current self would frown upon, you see. So
definitely.
we are human, we're not perfect. And you expect a revert who just utter the shahada in a few hours ago to suddenly become a saint. That doesn't make any sense. Yeah.
Yeah, and personally, the way I see it is that yeah, he may not be the best role model. Everything all right?
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So, but he's
Yeah.
never said
Yeah.
he's gonna
Fair.
be a
Yeah.
scholar.
Yeah.
He's saying he admits he's still learning. So we have
Yes,
to,
of course. Of course. We all are.
have to look out for
Yeah.
errors, and the best way if errors are happening, the best way to is to advise.
Yeah. Exactly.
Um,
Exactly. Yeah. Completely agree
especially
with you, brother.
when
Yeah.
even myself, I have to still sometimes, I'm not sure about something, I have to look it up. I look at people
Yeah.
to go to more people who are more knowledgeable.
Mm.
Sometimes I'm asked a question on the spot, I give a response.
By the way,
I
you're an by the way, correct me if I'm wrong, but you said, I think you said before that you're an Arabic speaker, right? From Morocco, right?
no,
Were
no.
you the one?
I think it
Uh,
was
in,
no, yeah. I'm
was that you
my
or someone
Arabic
else?
is
Oh no, I think that was Brother Dawood. Sorry. I think I confused you about Dawood,
yes,
servant of Allah. Yeah. So what's your background? I think, did you mention it before to me? I don't remember now. I'm sorry.
Yeah, born and raised in the UK, but from Bangladeshi background. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I confused you with the other brother who's in Belgium. Right? Was
Yeah.
he? Yeah, I think he's in Belgium. Yeah. He's from Morocco. Yeah.
I mean, my background mainly, I would say, is well, I try to keep up in politics with what's happening, but obviously there's some things which happen on the ground that you're not privy to. In my case, because I do generally the Anglosphere of YouTube, it's you don't really see the other types of spheres that are going on. So the so for example, in my dad's case, he's a big fan of Zakir Naik. So
okay.
But there are some newer people on the scene that the younger generation may be more aware of.
Okay.
One thing I've noticed, one thing which is very, very amusing, is a lot of the South Asian atheists are latching onto arguments from about 10 years ago of the new neo-atheist movement, and a lot of these arguments have been, demolished or shown to be absurd when broken down.
Are you talking about Haris Satan? Haris Satan?
Well, I was just talking about him, but he is one of
Haris Snailtan.
Yeah, and one thing which is interesting, actually, I think it was Hamza Mayat from Hamza's Den says a lot of the time it is emotional-based arguments that they end up with, where they cannot intellectually say what is actually wrong, because once you start to challenge them and you take them through the reasoning, they can't do it anymore. So, I think it is interesting to see, because
I find that the South Asian apostates, they rely on emotional arguments. Like, for example, what's the name of that lady? Nuria, right? Nuria Khan. Yeah, she's the same thing as well. Very emotional, using emotionalist arguments to use and as reason to leave Islam. Yeah.
I mean, there's something else which is quite interesting, in the sense that what's it?
Yeah.
Someone was asking me, right? Because I believe, you can correct me if I'm wrong in this, but in Islam we say Allah is the most loving, while Christians tend to say God is all loving. And now I'm just gonna have to charge the phone because the battery's gonna die.
Yeah. Go ahead. No way.
Yeah. So someone was saying me, so how is God all loving? If I help out people, does that wouldn't that make me more loving than God? Now this is the thing. Even in that argument, the assumption is just because someone is helping, it means they're helping out of love, but not everybody helps out of love. There could be other reasons for someone's helping out. It could be even like take the example of giving to charity.
Yes.
Most people might assume someone gives to charity because they are caring, but a lot of the time it could be just for themselves. Giving to charity might make them feel good. The other thing is, it might be for show. It might be for, what's it like? Certain celebrities or politicians that do this in order to get the name out, to come across or sell themselves in a certain way. These assumptions that they make, they go on. They make this assumption that, okay, helping out means someone is doing it for benevolent reasons, and so they are loving and caring, and they're doing it for good reasons. And sometimes you have to break that down. There's many reasons for people who could help out. And the other thing is, sometimes the help could actually hinder people.
Yes.
Its example might be that if you're a teacher and you teach, sometimes you have to let the students struggle in order to, overcome the struggle and,
Mm-hmm.
build up resilience. That they'll
Mm-hmm.
face trouble. There won't be always people to help. Sometimes they have to look for the solution themselves. Sometimes you can
Yeah.
give them this, the scaffolding that helps them reach the solution, rather than give them the solution yourself. So that way, and you can build students up. But if you are, just giving them the answers, they're not going to learn, because okay, what's the answer? Teacher's giving it to me. What's the answer? Teacher's giving it to me. All right. Another example might be, a butterfly coming out the cocoon, which is very interesting, because you see the butterfly struggle to come out. But without that struggle to come out, if you were to just open the cocoon for the butterfly would not be able to fly, because it needs that struggle in order to come out, for the fluids to go into its wings, it to become the right shape in order for it to be able to fly. So sometimes these kind of things, you can use, your kindness.
Hello. Yeah.
Right?
Go ahead.
Your kindness could be a hindrance in the long run. So the more loving thing might be to allow the struggle to happen in order for the person or the people to grow, and because that is more helpful in the long run than the short term of, oh, I'm helping because of this. It's it's like the accident happens and you want to quickly check out on someone, but sometimes the doctors or professionals say, don't move the person if they've had this kind of injury, because you might make it worse. And that's like someone with knowledge versus someone without knowledge. And that's the thing, God has knowledge, we don't have that knowledge. So sometimes, we might be helping out of care and might be thinking, oh, we are, like these atheists will think, oh, we are more loving than God. But reality, they don't understand this kind of thing. They can only see what's in front of them,
right.
or not what's beyond and what's around.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, brother. So let's see now. The live stream has been going on for about 1 hour and 19 minutes, and we have 6 viewers watching this live stream. Let me see if there's any comments that I need to share. Brother Alham was commenting on yeah, this was the Malaysian campaign, the national team's campaign in the Asia Cup. So he said that we had the strongest group. Yeah, I think I agree with him. Brother Adams here says if you need to blow, mute and give it a good blow. Yeah, I did that actually. My nose was stuffy just now, so I had to mute myself and blow my nose in some tissue. Fortunately, I had some tissue paper. Yeah. So what time is it now in your place, Aki?
It's 7:36.
Ah, okay, 7:36. So I guess let me see now, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. Oh, we are 7 hours ahead of you. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm 7 hours ahead of you.
Yeah, 7 hours. I think
Yeah.
when it hits the summertime, it will be 8 hours. Do you guys have summertime there? Or does it just stays the same?
No, we don't have summertime. It's eternally summer here and rainy. It's either going to be rain, heavy rain, or it's going to be sunny. That's the only two things that we have. Yeah, and sometimes, occasionally, we have a third type of season, which is the haze season, meaning the clouds will be filled with smoke, and everywhere it will be smoky because of the open burning that usually happens in Indonesia, and the smoke blows over to this part of the peninsula, and we're all covered in smoke. So we have a third season called the haze season. Okay.
Yeah, I've
All
been
smoke
been
everywhere. Yeah.
I've
I
felt that.
yeah.
One
Yeah.
thing
I think in China, I'm not sure whether in China you experience this haze in China, in the
no,
major cities especially.
it happens. I'm not right. I'm not in the south of. When I lived in China, I wasn't in the south. I was more centrally.
Okay.
So we get the four
Okay.
seasons.
Okay.
In that part of China, anyway. But they did get the haze and the rainy season.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think it's similar to Malaysia. Yeah. Yeah. Very similar to Malaysia then. So when you were in China, were you based in Beijing or in somewhere else?
No, no, I was you could say I was in quite close to Shanghai, about 2.5 hours by
Okay.
car.
Do you speak some Mandarin? 你可以说韩语呢？韩语吗？
我可以说一点，但是4年我没有说话中文，因为现在我的中文是不好。
Okay, how the yeah, my Mandarin isn't that great either. 我可以说点点。Okay, yeah, yeah. My I'm still learning Mandarin. I've actually unfortunately I had to discontinue my Mandarin classes because I had to focus on my apologetics work and as well as my personal my own work with my own day job. All right. So I think I'm going to have to continue my classes again because I'm starting to forget certain phrases and certain sentence structures already because I have not joined classes for the past I think 4 months now. So it's starting to disappear from me. I'm going to have to start uh, speaking Mandarin again. What's your Mandarin level like at the moment?
So I haven't spoken because I got stuck in the UK for about it's been about 4 years. I haven't spoken Mandarin that often.
Oh my
So
god, that long, huh?
it was lower intermediate, I would say. But
Okay.
now it's just probably middle beginner or higher beginner level. What it is sometimes
Oh dear.
a lot of the words
Oh
I
dear, you're
haven't
going.
used for a long time that I kind of
I think you're
forget.
going to. I think you shouldn't lose that knowledge, Aki. You should really focus on getting back your Mandarin. Yeah.
Yes. Well, most of the time I've actually, because I've lived there, I just learned to, listen and speak. I didn't learn to read and write, which
Oh, okay.
I probably should have
Okay.
done because it would have made things a bit more easier.
I see.
I met an
Okay.
American guy from Boston, and
Okay.
the way he learned to read and write was pretty much read anyway, I should say, not write. The way he learned to read was he used to go
Yeah.
to bars and he used to look at the drinks, and it was from the name of the drinks and connecting to the English names that helped him to learn to read read Chinese.
Yeah. Recognize the characters. Yeah. 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 I think it's that it was the same thing. Well, I had a textbook and a teacher, and yeah, occasionally because in Malaysia we do have a Chinese community here. So sometimes when I walk across the roads and see and look at the shops, the Chinese shops especially, because unfortunately in Malaysia there's a mixture of simplified and traditional. So I try to look at the simplified characters, and you do know that in Chinese writing there are two types, right?
Yes,
Simplified and traditional. Yeah, so in China they are actually using simplified, whereas in Taiwan they are still using traditional. So traditional is a bit difficult to read to recognize for me, that is. So I try to look at the simplified characters and I try to understand that from that, and then I can still refresh my memory and remember some of the letters. Yeah, yeah.
That is the reason why the government came up with the simplified characters because they're a bit more easy to learn to read and write with.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I believe that in Korea they have the Hanja and the Japanese have the Kanji, which is more close to traditional. So it's traditional Chinese characters. But
Yes,
even then,
yes, that's
some of
right.
the characters they actually disagree with the meaning of some of the characters. So in one country, so most of the characters are similar. If you go
Yeah,
to even in between traditional and simplified, there's a lot more characters which are similar. Not all the characters have been changed. Like the character for man and
yes,
woman
that's
are
right.
the same, so you can easily tell.
Yes,
Um,
yep, 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 exactly. Yeah, because I was in. By the way, have you ever visited Taiwan? Because I've gone to
yeah,
Taiwan before. It
I
was a very
visited
beautiful
Taiwan,
country. Yeah.
Taipei.
Oh, you did?
Went to
Oh, mashallah. Good.
Taipei a lot.
I really love yeah, Jiufen. It's a very nice city it's not sorry, small town at the top of a hill. I think it's called Jiufen.
Jiufen.
Let me see. Jiufen, yeah. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, something, there's something wrong with my internet. I think it's everything is slowing.
Yeah, you've been sometimes cutting in and out with your audio. Okay. Um, I'm guessing there's something of lag because you're just spinning there. Um, anyone still in the chat?
Yeah, I'm still here. Sorry. My internet had some issues. I don't know why I was kicked out from my own platform. Weird. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to end the stream soon. By the way, but
No,
sorry.
no, no, it's fine.
Internet is, I don't know. My internet is getting wackier by the minute. Anyway, before you go, please, before I end the stream, if and before you go, I just want to show you this. All right, Geofan. Luckily, this came out. Okay. So yeah, I was here. Yeah, I was at this place. It was a very very beautiful place, mashallah. I really loved it. Yeah. Okay. So this is the place. Yeah. I don't know whether you visited the place, but I went here. It was amazing. I mean, I really loved the place. Yeah, I really did. Yeah. Very beautiful city. Town. Sorry. It's not a city, it's a town. Small town on top of a hill. Okay.
Oh,
So there,
that's amazing.
yeah, it's very, I mean, these are actually steps going up the hilltop. Okay. And then on the left and the right, there are houses and there are shops across. So it's a very, very beautiful town. Okay. And then when you reach at the top, there's actually a rail track going through the town. Yeah, I say this. Yeah, example, this is Geofen. Yeah. So this is when there were a lot of people. When I was there, there weren't many people. Okay, so yeah, so this is Geofen. Yeah, fantastic city, town. Sorry, fantastic town. I love it. I mean, I don't mind coming here again. It's very beautiful. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can see it. Oh,
Yeah.
actually, I have you on my tablet, so I can see you
Okay.
on a bigger screen, and I have you on my
Oh.
phone, and
Oh. Okay. Okay.
so the tablet
Yeah.
is a few seconds behind.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
But I can see on both screens.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
one interesting thing it
Beautiful.
was, me and my friend was from Canada. We're both Muslims, both
Mm-hmm.
Bangladeshi descent, but he's from, Daha area, and I'm from the Sylhet area, and those.
Okay.
But when we went there, we went to a Muslim, Chinese Muslim restaurant, and
Okay.
the guy, after knowing we were Muslim, pretty much gave us a bit of a discount, which was always nice.
Amazing. Yeah. Mashallah. Yeah. So yeah, anyway, if you want to go, you may leave now if you wish, or if you want to stay around before I end the stream, it's also fine with you. Yeah.
Oh, it's okay. I'll let you get on with that because I'm believing it's quite late, and I guess the internet's giving us a bit of a hint here.
Yeah. I don't know why my internet is giving me some problems. It's very weird. But anyway, I had a very good conversation with you, mashallah. I hope that you can come on again, mashallah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'll give my salam,
Mm.
salam alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, by the way, and have a great day ahead. And inshallah, by the way, in advance, hope you're happy iftar. Sorry, not happy iftar. Happy suhoor. Okay. In the
Okay,
next few, it's going to be a few hours for you, and for me, it's going to be in just about 2 or 3 hours. Yeah. For you, it'll
same to
probably be
you.
another 8 hours. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Same
Have a
to you.
great suhoor ahead. Yeah. Jazakallah. Jazakallah khair. Yeah. Inshallah, I hope to see you again. Right.
Inshallah. Salam alaikum.
Yes. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Yeah. Yeah, so that was brother Sikor. Okay. Was a very good conversation, mashallah. And I'm have do another one because first of all, my nose is stuffy. I have no idea why. Probably it's because it's almost 3 a.m. in the morning and it's cold here in Malaysia. So maybe my nose is reacting to the cold. Secondly, my internet is literally fucked up. I have no idea why it's giving me these timeouts. So I don't think it's wise to have another conversation with another person, even though I wouldn't mind having someone on again, but I don't think my internet is is in a good condition, and I don't know why. But in any case, yeah, I think I should end the stream. Sorry for having to end it a bit too early, but I think I had a good conversation with Brother Suko and his experiences in Poland, and the situation in Gaza especially, and the geopolitics, etc. That was awesome, mashallah. But anyways, yeah. So I'll end the stream. Okay. Right now the stream is running, or has run, at 1 hours and 32 minutes, and we have 6 viewers watching the live stream. Okay. Yeah, I kind of feel sad that I had to end the stream early, because I'm hoping that I could actually extend the stream for the next 2 hours, but I'm just afraid that my internet will fuck up again. So, Brother Siko is here. No worries. Yes, I think we had a very good conversation. Mashallah, it's amazing. I really do enjoy having you on, brother. By the way, so I hope that in the next live stream, which I think could be tomorrow night, inshallah. I might do another live stream tomorrow, inshallah. Let's see. So if I do that, then I will announce it in advance this time, because for this live stream, I just made the announcement about 1 hour earlier. Yeah, about 1 hour before it started. So uh, even then, there are still 6 people watching the live stream. So yeah, I mean, I think it has been a very good live stream. Yeah, surprisingly so. We see, considering the time frame that I announced it, right? So likewise, brother. Yeah, likewise. Yeah. Inshallah. Yeah, I hope that you'll come on to the next live stream, inshallah. Maybe I'll announce it a bit earlier. It'll probably be a bit more earlier than 1 a.m. my time. Okay. So it might be before iftar your time. Okay. So yeah. Yeah, I think my throat is getting stuck again with I don't know what's happening with my throat, my stuffy nose. Oh my god. Okay. There's phlegm in my throat. Okay. Ah, damn. Okay, I think it's because of the cold. But anyway, yeah. Thank you very much for coming on to my live stream, and I hope that inshallah I'll see you again in a future live stream. If you like this channel, please do not forget to subscribe to this channel. Do like this video and share this video, not just this video, obviously, but my other videos in my channel, to everyone and anyone that you know. And of course, I do hope that you will support this channel by joining my uh, paid membership. Okay, so I'm hoping that this Ramadan I will get more paid subscribers, and because this is a month of giving, and a month of you know barakah, a month of hopefully change for the better. And yeah, so I hope that for those of you who would like to support this channel, please do support it by subscribing as a paid member. And but I think brother Siko mentioned get some warm fluids. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to do that. Yeah, I think it's the cold. Yeah, the cold is getting to my nose. I have no idea why it's happening right now. But anyway, yes, thank you very much for coming and watching this channel, this live stream especially. And yeah, I think I'm going to do another live stream tomorrow, inshallah. I mean, not literally tomorrow for me. It'll probably be I mean, for me it will be in 12 hours time, but for some of you it will be literally tomorrow. Okay, so anyways, yeah, I'll see you again in the next live stream. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.